Hi guys, we are the Two Fat Brokers. Thank you for joining us. We've gone for the purple mood today. I am Barney from Dubai.
Ben from Abu Dhabi.
Today we're going to talk about the new visa rules, specifically around the golden visa. Ben, take it away.
So you said you didn't say hi team. It's normally like your catchphrase.
My team and my team. I'm not sharing them with you.
Oh, right. Okay.
They're my team.
So we are in mid to late January 2024. And just a couple of days ago, it was reported in The National. And I was quoted in The National. I just want to make that very clear.
Thanks to me.
Yeah, thanks to Barney. So I was quoted in The National because it looks like either Dubai or the UAE have changed the golden visa rules as they relate to property. So the rules before, at least in Abu Dhabi, were you need to have a property worth 2 million and it had to have 2 million of equity in it. As I understand the Dubai rules, you only had to have 1 million of equity.
No, 2 million.
Was it 2 million?
Yeah, it's a federal law, so it's a
Yeah, I thought it was, but some of them the reporting was a bit confused. So now it seems, and again, this hasn't been 100% confirmed, that you'd still need to have a property worth 2 million, but you don't need to have any equity in it. Obviously, you'd have to have some because of loan to value restrictions, but your property just needs to be worth 2 million, and then you get your 10-year golden visa.
Who decides? I mean, let's imagine you're on the cusp. Let's imagine you've got a, I don't know, 2-bedroom in the Springs. Maybe they're 1.9, maybe they're 2.1. Who decides?
No, you do your valuation on your app.
There's an app for that?
Yeah, don't you? So when you transfer, you go to the land department, they do their own valuation, right, on your unit.
They do?
Yeah, so it's that. Can't you just do it on your app? In Abu Dhabi, on Abu Dhabi, you can just download a valuation on your property.
Really?
It costs you like 800 dirhams. Yeah. And there's like
I know banks do valuations.
Yeah, so this is automatic. They don't visit it or anything. They just base it on past transactions.
This could be available in Dubai and I just don't know about it. That would be embarrassing.
I mean, presumably when you I suppose you just use Emirates Conveyancing, right? Other conveyancing companies are available.
Emirates Conveyancing went belly up about 10 years ago.
Did they?
Yeah. So that shows how often you and I speak.
Yeah, true.
No, I mean, we have a conveyancing company, but no, I mean, when you get to the transfers, there's an internal valuation done by the land department. I mean, anecdotally, I had a transfer a while ago where the purchase price was X, and the land department thought that the price was higher by almost 50%. So the land department said, fine, you can transact at that value, but we want our 4% at our value. And, phoning around, going as high up the food chain as we could to try and get it rectified. And everyone just turned around and said, nope, that's our price. You pay your 4% on our price.
Wow.
Because they thought the seller was selling it too low.
Yeah, I mean, that's the reason why they're done, right? To stop people defrauding the government of transfer fees by selling artificially low.
True.
But because it's automated, there can be like massive discrepancies because it probably doesn't take into account quality of fit out. It may or may not take into account view.
I mean, this was a shell and core house in Emirates Hills.
Yeah,
it really was worth the price we were paying, but the land department thought otherwise.
Had other ideas.
So, what does this mean? Let's say your house is worth 2 million. Your loan to value is 40%. So you actually only have 800,000 dirhams equity, or you have to have 800,000. No, my numbers are wrong.
No, that's true.
Yeah, 800,000. So
check your
equity,
maths.
Yeah, mate, my maths is frequently wrong. One day, yeah, got the bus home and everything. So your equity only needs to be about 800,000.
Well, I mean, your minimum down payment for anything under 5 million is 20%. So you could, if it's 2 million, 400,000,
second or third or fifth,
second,
or
but
if
obviously
GCC or not.
You do it on your first. Well, yeah. So your minimum would be 400,000. So you could, in theory, get a 10-year visa for 400,000 dirhams, which is slightly over 100,000 US dollars.
It is
pretty decent.
Yeah. 10 years. So basically we're seeing the demise pretty much of the 2-year visa.
Well, for people of a certain income, sure. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be two-tiered, I think. People keep trying to persuade me to get a gold. Have you got a golden visa?
I am in the process of getting a golden visa.
You? Yeah, people keep trying to persuade me from the property or from your salary.
Property.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. People keep...
Why not, Ben? Why don't you get one on your property?
like I have a visa from my company and I own my company, so I'm just kind of like, but why? But I think it's cheaper somehow.
Well, it's 10 years and it's cheaper.
I mean, it's obviously longer, but yeah, I suppose the annoyance of renewing it all the time, that kind of thing. Is it? It's probably cheaper. So I should probably.
It's more expensive than a 2-year visa, but it's once every 10 years.
Yeah,
and I think there are preferential facets to having a 10-year visa as well.
You can get fast track in the Abu Dhabi airport if you've got a golden visa.
No one flies from Abu Dhabi airport.
Golden
that
visa.
Ghost town in Abu Dhabi.
We've got a lovely new airport. If you haven't been to Abu Dhabi airport, you should check it out. It's
worth it. Don't go there.
You enough.
Come to Dubai, Habibi.
Yeah. So there was a big kind of like almost like visas, golden visa war. In like 2018, 2019, to try and get more and more people to, stay long term in the Emirate. We had that like a long time ago, and I think the Northern Emirates got into it. You could get visa on a property for like 750,000 in Ajman or Ras Al Khaimah or one of those places. So for a while there was like a lot of competition between the Emirates, and then they brought out this federal golden visa laws, and there's all kinds of now. You can get like the green visa if you're in sustainable business. Yeah, obviously, if your income's over 35,000, you can get one. And it used to be obviously you would need basically 2 million dirhams of equity in a property.
And a salary of 50, like when this originally came out, and a salary of 50,000 dirhams a month.
Or was it both? Yeah. So now on the Abu Dhabi website, you need. So they've taken away the requirement of even being worth 2 million, but we'll have to see exactly how it works. But it just says you need an income of 10,000 dirhams, either in Abu Dhabi or somewhere else, to qualify for the property visa. And you can sponsor your wife, kids, domestic helper.
This is all a huge drive to get people to stay in the Emirates for longer.
Yeah, I believe so. Because I think, we got here 15, 16 years ago. Most people hung around for 3 years. It was like a kind of a hard...
That was the plan. It was a
hardship posting. Yeah, you make your money and then you take it all home. And obviously people don't want you to take your money home. They want you to keep it here and spend it here and buy property and, invest it in brunches and, pour it into the economy. So they don't have to keep, refreshing the population, every few years.
You get to retain your quality as well. All of the experience.
No, because you can get one.
It's hurtful, but it's true. But it's hurtful.
Well, so they're obviously pitching at a certain level of income, either 35,000,
reducing it though. Obviously, aren't they?
2 million.
Eventually, I would imagine the 10-year visa will be available to almost everyone. Yeah, well, if you look at it from the beginning, it had to be 2 million dirhams of equity plus a salary of 50,000. Now it's 2 million equity of 400,000 in the right mortgage case, plus any basic salary. I don't know if there's a salary cap.
10,000 is the minimum.
10,000, yeah.
But yeah, it's a good way to look at it. So I guess they started off kind of like high 50,000 dirhams, and then they're just getting that tier done, and then they're kind of like getting more and more people into the visa.
Don't flood the system.
Yeah, I mean, even handling the visas, I'm sure would be a nightmare if you did it all at the same time. So it's sensible to, as soon as the visa applications slow down, you're like, okay, we can bring in this like next band of people lower down. So it is sensible. And I think, obviously, you get a lot of like people domestically applying for it who see the value in 10-year visas, but presumably also, given instability in the world, if now for basically $120,000 you can get a 10-year visa in the UAE, I mean, why not?
Why not? And if it's the kind of place where you see yourself spending your winters, which a lot of people do, rather than have to, renew every 2 years, just have your 10-year, come here for 3, 4, 5 months a year, and then go back to wherever else it is you want to be.
Or even if
do you see yourself staying here to retire here, or do you think you're going to retire back in the UK or South Africa?
I don't think you retire here. I think as soon as you stop working and you don't have to be here for summers, you wouldn't. So you'd probably live between here and somewhere else. So 6 months here, 6 months somewhere else. When you retire.
You're going to holiday in Monaco.
I'm hoping this podcast is going to make me rich. What's it? Click on all the adverts and stuff or get money.
We need to monetize this.
Really. So many people.
I mean, all three of our watchers are always saying, why don't you monetize it? Why don't you monetize it?
We'd like to keep it ad-free.
for our consumers.
Yeah, we're our biggest fans.
So, I mean, look, it's really good news. It's really good news for the economy here. It's really good news for the real estate market, which we love. You know, keep it up, Dubai or the federal government.
Yeah, and obviously there's a lot of places where, you know, people might even just want it to have the 10-year visa in case they need to, like, you know, get out somewhere quickly.
Do you think it might fudge the population statistics because you're going to have a lot of 10-year visas out there for people who are holiday makers?
Yeah, it might do. But I mean, obviously the government keeps those kind of statistics pretty close to its chest. I don't know how they do censuses. Maybe they would take that into account because obviously they can see everyone when they go in and out. So I don't know. I don't know how that's reported, to be honest.
What's the population of the UAE now? 9 million?
Must be close to 10.
Okay.
Yeah. Abu Dhabi City is about 1.5. Dubai's 3+.
3.7, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the reason why we talk about all the time, Dubai's real estate is booming and Abu Dhabi's is still pretty flat.
Is Dubai's better than Abu Dhabi?
You just stop. Because I have this table at home.
All right, Tourette's. Squirrel.
That's ADHD. It's because Abu Dhabi doesn't have the same population increase that Dubai has. Dubai took a lot of population from Russia, from Ukraine, you know, from Central Asia, and you had a massive population increase, and that drives property prices. So hopefully, you know, this will also, you know, increase the population of Abu Dhabi and drive property prices in that way.
Which is good news for everyone. Apart from someone trying to get on the property ladder.
Get on the property ladder now. Call me.
Too sweet.
Call me.
Too sweet. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. We have been the Two Fat Brokers. I've been Barney from Dubai.
I've been Ben from Abu Dhabi.
See you again.
See you again. Bye.